Yes. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Shrunuvatam Svakatha Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana Tayantosto Hi Abhadrani Vidunoti Suratsatam Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Hare Krishna. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 2, verse number 14, 15, and 16. Pretavaseषु घोरेषु प्रेतैर्भूतगणैर्वृतः अटत्युन्मत्तवन्नग्नो व्युक्तकेशो हसनृदन् चित्ताभस्मकृतस्नानः प्रेतसग्नस्तिभूषणः शिवापदेशो य शिवो मत्तो मत्तजनप्रियः पतिप्रमथनाथानां तमो मात्रात्मकात्मनाम्. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation: He lives in filthy places like crematoriums, and his companions are ghosts and demons, naked like madmen, sometimes laughing and sometimes crying. He smears crematorium ashes all over his body. He does not bathe regularly, and he ornaments his body with garland of skulls and bones. Therefore, only in name is he Shiva or auspicious. Actually, he is the most mad and inauspicious creature. Thus, he is very dear to crazy beings in the gross mode of ignorance, and he is their leader. Purport: those who do not regularly bathe are supposed to be in association with ghosts and crazy creatures. Lord Shiva appeared to be like that, but his name Shiva is actually fitting, for he is very kind to persons who are in the darkness of the mode of ignorance, such as unclean drunkards who do not regularly bathe. Lord Shiva is so kind that he gives shelter to such creature and gradually elevates them to spiritual consciousness. Although it is very difficult to raise such creature to spiritual understanding, Lord Shiva takes charge of them, and therefore, as stated in the Vedas, Lord Shiva is all auspicious. Thus, by his association, even such a fallen souls can be elevated. Sometimes it is seen that great personalities meet with fallen souls not for any personal interest but for benefit of those souls. In the creation of the Lord there are different kinds of living creatures. Some of them are in the mode of goodness, some of are in the mode of passion, and some are in the mode of ignorance. Lord Vishnu takes charge of persons who are advanced Krishna conscious Vaishnavas, and Lord Brahma takes charge of person who are very much attached to material activities. But Lord Shiva is so kind that he takes care of the person who are in the gross ignorance and whose behavior is lower than that of the animals. Therefore, Lord Shiva is especially called auspicious. Verse number 16. तस्मान्मादनाथाय नष्टशौचाय दुर्हृदे दत्ताबतमया साध्वी चोदिते परमेष्ठिना. Translation: On the request of Lord Brahma, I handed over my chaste daughter to him, although he is devoid of all cleanliness and his heart is filled with nasty things. Purport: It is the duty of parents to hand over their daughters to suitable person, just befitting their family tradition in cleanliness, gentle behavior, wealth, social position, etc. Daksha was repentant that on the request of Brahma, who was his father, he had handed over his daughter to a person who, according to his calculation, was nasty. He was so angry that he did not acknowledge that the request was from his father. Instead, he referred to Brahma as Parameshthi, the supreme teacher in the universe. Because of his temperament of gross anger, he was not even prepared to accept Brahma as his father. In other words, he accused even Brahma of being less intelligent because he had advised Daksha to hand over his beautiful daughter to such a nasty fellow. In anger, one forgets everything, and thus Daksha, in anger, not only accused great Lord Shiva, but he criticized his own father, Lord Brahma, for his not very astute advice that Daksha hand over his daughter to Lord Shiva. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna devotees, I would like to seek the blessings from all the assembled Vaishnavas and thank you for giving me an opportunity to purify myself. Please forgive me for any shortcomings. Hare Krishna. So here we are reading the part of the curse that is given by the Daksha to Lord Shiva. And it is very painful to see that, advanced Vaishnava to hear that such an all auspicious soul as a Lord Shiva is being cursed by the Daksha. So actually, Lord Shiva is a pure Vaishnava, and he's a partial expansion of Vishnu also. And he should never be cursed by anyone. And doing so simply reduces one's own life duration. That we saw. And even in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, chapter 19 and verse 157, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advised us that the offense against the Vaishnava or the Vaishnava aparad is most dangerous thing. And the verse is, Yadi Vaishnava aparada uthe hati mata upadeva chinditara sukhiyaya pata. So, if the devotee commits an offense at the feet of the Vaishnava while cultivating the creeper of devotional service in the material world, his offense is compared to a mad elephant that uproots the creeper and breaks it. In this way, the leaves of the creeper are dried up. So that the offensing or giving an offense to pure Vaishnava is a mad elephant offense. And if one commits a mad elephant offense, then that mad elephant goes into the garden of one's devotional life and pulls out the devotional creeper right from the root. So when you pull a plant out by the root, it may stay green for a few days, but in no time at all, the leaves starting drying and they fall off. So once this Vaishnava Aprad has been created, even though for a short time, they may be existing apparently in some spiritual life, but very soon all the spiritual assets dried up. So one should avoid particularly this offense against the Vaishnava, the pure devotee of Lord. And we saw here the Lord Shiva is a pure devotee of Lord, and therefore the advanced Vaishnava will never support any offense against Lord Shiva and or any other pure devotee of the Lord. And this offense to the Vaishnava has been, we saw by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also described. And Lord Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, forgiving everyone for their various offenses. And he was giving everyone pure love of Krishna. Even he gave pure love he forgave Jagai Madai and he gave pure love for Krishna. So some takeaways or some summary or takeaways, I would say, is like offense is to offend a pure devotee, to disobey Guru, to offend scriptures, to put material conception on the chanting, and inattentive while chanting, and especially to chant so that one can do more sinful activities. One should avoid very particularly the offense against a Vaishnava, pure devotee of the Lord. And especially the offense to the pure devotee that completely pulls out one's devotional asset. So this was happened to the Daksha, and he committed Vaishnava aparadha. That's what we saw in this verse. And pure Vaishnava goes beyond liberation, and they try to get pure love for Krishna. It is said that Krishna gives liberation very easily, but he gives pure Krishna prema, love, with great difficulty. Very rarely, because when he gives love or Krishna prema, he becomes bound up. So, this is mentioned in many Puranas that Krishna easily gives mukti, liberation, but he very rarely gives